Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me, as always, and not pictured on the screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with Swimming in the Deep End, San Jose Sharks 2020-2021 season. Jeff, we're just past the trade deadline, and things are going very smoothly.
Well, more or less, we're kind of clinging to the last playoff spot in the West right now.
We are. It hasn't been great, but it hasn't been bad either. It's been interesting.
We're still 6 points up, but that's nothing a late season collapse can't fix.
No, we entered the trade deadline trying to debate what we're doing, and the early season plan was to let everybody go who we could, but we were playing so well, we really don't know what to do. So we ended up signing some guys to some longer-term deals who we had on short, and we've dumped off, who did we trade away? We traded a defenseman away. Vlasic. We traded Vlasic away.
Yep.
Who eventually we got to be Jake Bean. So Jake Bean is now with us. Played in one game. Guess we're going to take Patrick Marleau off the trade block. Since he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you won't be getting any trade offers for the remainder of this season, at least until the playoffs are passed or we miss them.
Yes. Good morning to Liam, who's joining us from the UK in our Twitch chat, as well as Got a Splash is here as well, saying he's friends with Noah Gregoire. All right. How's Noah Gregoire doing in this game? He's got 13 points in 67 games. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ryan Donato's hurt. He's just day-to-day. You can see the last sim game was a 4-3 loss to Calgary. I hadn't even moved it forward yet. We're kind of going to watch the waiver wire to see if anyone jumps out who's interesting. Cody Franzen actually dropped down to 1.5 stars.
I think that's getting near the end for him.
Well, we sent him to a 1-year deal. It's not a big deal if he goes. But we're just kind of going to watch guys as they go here. Just going to check my quick manager options here because I don't remember. Yeah, I had assistant do training. That's just what I wanted to make sure. Basically, we're in a pretty good position.
But you had the assistant trading on?
Assistant training is on, yes.
Oh, I thought you said trading.
Oh, no, not at all. We're setting up pretty good for next year. We have 42 guys currently under contract. We have, looking at our depth chart here, a handful of picks. We have 2 second-round picks now, right? A third round, 2 fourths, 3 sixths, and a 7th-round pick. So we got quite a number of draft picks to help us boost our overall performance, which we just need a little bit of everything. And so 42 guys, and we have, a lot of guys who are going to on expiring deals. So we're going to be able to sign some free agents.
You also may want to take a look at some of the guys on the Barracuda that you might want to re-sign. Blickfeld is still 2.5 star potential, and same with True. They're not having great seasons, but still might be worth keeping around just to see if they develop. And
he wants a minimum offer of $770 for 3 seasons, but I'd want to put him on a 2-way contract.
Yeah, you may also want to re-sign at least one of the defensemen, just for the sake of having a little veteran depth on the farm team next year. Somebody like Carrick, maybe.
Well, I think we can probably look at
although we do have a lot of
free
draft
agents.
picks.
I'm not too worried about Carrick. Okay, so I've offered Blitchfield a contract. Who else did you think?
True.
Should we offer the goalie a contract too?
Yeah, Coronar. And I guess Sorensen, Nordstrom, and Franzen we just talked about already. We're probably going to let those guys walk, even though Sorensen's having a decent year.
He's not worth.
Yeah, Sorensen and Nordstrom both wanted 3-year contracts, and
Yeah.
at this point, Sorensen's down to 2 stars. Nordstrom's 2.5, but he hasn't really done anything with us since we got him. What was that for? Yeah, we got him on waivers from Calgary. So better to save those spots for young guys next year.
Yeah, and again, we could obviously go and look at them once free agency reopens.
Yeah.
And look at re-adding some guys, which is nobody's out of the question. Okay, we've offered those 3 guys, but honestly, I'm not really worried about anybody else right now. And we're going to keep watching waivers in case somebody interesting shows up. So I'm just going to check this again. Minimum 2 stars, yeah. So if we see somebody interesting, we could grab them. Liam says in the chat, got my first jersey ever a couple weeks ago. Love it. What did you get, Liam? You gotta tell us. Jeff, for that matter, what was your first jersey? While we wait.
Oh, geez. First, oh, God, I know what it is. I don't want to say it.
Oh, come on, Jeff.
There's a picture of it somewhere. I should dig this out for you. It's actually a Jets jersey.
No.
WHA Jets. I think that one of my aunt or uncle from Winnipeg got it for me when I was about, I looked like I was about 3 in the picture, I think.
Oh, nice. First jersey I ever had was a Winnipeg Jets white one. It still to this day I have it hanging up in a closet, and it has a big ketchup stain on it.
May want to clean that at some point.
I couldn't get it off at that time. It's really hard to get ketchup out of a white sweater.
That's what bleach is for.
Honestly, it's so much part of it now, I really don't know if I would want to clean it anyways.
It's kind of disgusting, but yeah.
Oh, I think we even tried bleaching it. Like, it really didn't work like where it was.
You sure it's ketchup?
Yes. Okay, this is interesting. Hold on. So we have some guys on waivers here, including Chris Wagner. He's had 15 points with Boston. Not bringing in Nick Ritchie, no. 2.5 star talent, 2.5 star potential, but never really a big point game. Oh.
We basically got that in Nordstrom, though. What kind of contract is Wagner on?
Well, that's how I was going to go look. Yeah, he's on a 3-year deal still.
For how much?
1.5, 1.51. So
yeah, that's basically just what we didn't want to give Nordstrom. So I don't know if there's any point in picking him up.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If you want to have a little playoff depth, but Donato is just about back, isn't he?
Yeah, and more importantly, so is Duclair.
Yeah, so Nordstrom's going to be on the bench soon anyhow. I don't really see any point to doing that.
Yeah. Just looking at our injured list here because my brain... Yeah, Duclair's not quite
Patrick
there.
Kane jersey. Got a Patrick Kane jersey. He's having a hell of a year this year. Kind of surprised.
Yeah, he's turned it around.
Very in that team at the moment, particularly without Taves there.
I kind of forgot Taves wasn't playing this year until you said that. I'm like, oh yeah, right. Taves isn't there. And we win versus Columbus. All right. 3-2 win. Jake Bean scores. First goal.
I think he's a little underrated in this game right now. He's had a pretty good start in his first 2 games with Carolina in real life. So I bumped him up a little bit when I was doing the ratings. Uh-oh, how bad?
Let's find out. Thigh muscle strain day to day.
Nothing bad. Okay, good. And Carlson's having a much better season for us this year than he really is.
Jeff, we don't have
goals.
That
I think he's at about
we can't
2 or 3.
We can't afford to lose these guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm not the guy that traded all our extra defensemen away.
Yes, you are. You're the one who told me. Oh, we should trade away Vlasic.
Okay, well, that one made sense because he's got a stupid contract.
No, we need to get rid of this guy. Interesting player on waivers. Is there anyone we can grab? Oh, no, it's just Pavel Francouz. All right. The Sabres took Chris Wagner anyway, so we definitely wouldn't have got him. Nick Ritchie goes to Dallas. All right. Yeah, actually, okay, Jeff, let me ask you this question. Who is your first, we talked about jerseys. I'm assuming your first jersey probably wasn't customized, so who's your first customized jersey?
Uh, Customized. I think that was the Tiger Williams one I got off eBay a few years ago.
That's not bad.
In fact, I think that's the only customized one I got, unless you count the Hanson Brothers one I got for Christmas.
Oh, that's a great one. Of course, yes.
Yeah.
My first one was Mark Scheifele too. I had, which I just got. I got the first Heritage Classic one. I was one of the first people to order it. The white ones. Liam says, "Who are you guys' early picks for the Cup?" I don't think Jeff's gonna pick Vancouver. I could be wrong though.
That's even unlikely at this point. Though we beat you guys 4-0 and then immediately lost to you right after that. But
Winnipeg has not lost back-to-back games.
yeah, and I mean Toronto's way out in front right now. But I'm really starting to get the impression that the North Division is maybe the weakest one in the league right now. So I don't know how
What?
impressive that record is. Yeah.
No, not that. Alex Roundhauser got hurt in practice, so he can't even
Oh,
come in for the game. Come on, man.
it's been kind of a surprise for us too. He's 9 points in 17 games because he's been doing terribly this year. They had him in Czech Republic, I think, to start the year, and then came over and signed to Florida.
Yeah.
Real life. How did we get him? We got him in a trade, and he's been in the ECHL for the last little while and doesn't even have a point yet. So I think we overrated him here.
What I was going to say was there was an interesting article on The Athletic from Don. I don't know how you say his name.
Cherry?
No, Lesmuskin, something like that.
Don't know.
That's not what I want to do. He does a lot of their analytic stuff, and he pointed out like that Toronto's actually has the third strengthened schedule, so they're not. But I mean, like for as good as we hear Toronto is,
Strength of schedule doesn't really mean anything this year when everything's contained within the divisions.
well, I mean, but I said we hear how good Toronto is and how amazing they are, and they're literally 3 games up on Winnipeg right now. And they play Winnipeg
And
3
Winnipeg's
times
been missing.
coming up. And I mean, if Winnipeg
Yeah.
beats them, there's going to be some existential crisis across Ontario, which
Yeah, I mean, and
everybody's
Winnipeg's been
for.
doing this with a lot of key pieces missing.
Yeah.
And various problems for the year, the Lane thing.
Speaking of
And
jerseys,
but I think Tampa this year is going to be back to the team to beat again, particularly with Stamkos healthy.
agreed. Speaking of Lane, though, my friend just bought his first real Jets jersey because he got a Lane jersey on sale for $24.
Wow! Oh, clear out.
Yeah, no, it was what a great deal though. Like I said, you could literally rip the names and numbers off.
Yeah, get it recustomized.
And we lost, unfortunately.
You'd think they might even be better off just to do that in the store and
Well, he bought it
sell
from
those
he bought it
cheap
from
blanks.
Sports Check, but I mean, it was an Adidas one, whatever. And yeah, like I mean,
Yeah,
it was $24. Initially, they were dropped down to 65, and I was harassing him to buy one. And then all of a sudden, I checked the next day, and it was down to $25. I'm like, you have to do it now. So
Leafs up 5-1 over the Oilers in the third period right now.
yeah, I was watching that earlier, and I realized I didn't want to watch it anymore. And if you're wondering when that game is, we're talking about, of course, it's Wednesday night. We're streaming.
Yep.
So Anthony Duclair is back, which means we have too many players on our roster now.
And who goes down?
We're not sending anybody down. We're sending Hauser to the injured list.
How long was he out for?
He's day to day, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You can always call up a defenseman if you need it. And
We have a
defense.
defense. Yeah, we have one extra defenseman up right now. Okay, so if Duclair's coming in, who's coming out? Alexander Chavalsky. Yeah.
Chmelevsky, yeah.
Duclair.
Donato's almost back.
I'm gonna send him back down. Actually, Alexander Chmelevsky back down, so that gives us roster room anyways. If we look at our lines here, we're going to do a little bit of Duclair's on the third line. Really? Nordstrom. All right, moved Nordstrom down to the fourth line. Gave Duclair back the first line. That should be good. Donato's just about ready to return. We'll redo the lines after that. If he comes back. But we do need some guys to step up. Step up and be counted.
No, the one guy who has this year is Howla.
Yes, he was an excellent free agent signing. Thanks, Adam, for doing that. You're welcome, Adam.
That made sense. I mean, he signed with Nashville in the real NHL this year and hasn't really done much, but that's pretty much the whole Nashville team right now.
Yes. And, Declare's been a good signing, too. Okay, Donato is back now, healthy. Brent Burns is also kind of healthy, but we're not going to put him in quite yet. Put Dubnyk in for a game versus LA here. First of the back-to-backs, and Dubnyk picks up the win. 5-2.
So we're probably in. Did we jump anybody in the standings? Because we were pretty close to a couple other teams.
Take a quick look here.
Probably take a look at the wild card
standings.
standings.
Come on, man. Are you serious? Duclair got hurt. Back soreness 1 to 2 weeks. Oh, man. Come on. Okay. Sending Duclair to the injured list. Like, he literally just got back, man. Ugh.
But Donato is healthy, so he goes right in.
I'm just shaking my head. Like, come on, you played less than a game. And you're already done? Really? Really? All right, yeah, we're up to third. We've jumped to Edmonton in for the Pacific Division. Minnesota's thinking about fire Bob Woods. Did Bob Woods not get hired that long ago from them?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, March 2nd.
Oh, is that... I think that's... Yeah, I think, no, that's probably an error with the news thing. I got to make a note of that. Well,
yeah, he got hired March 2nd by after a week. I'm not sure he's going to be staying long.
Yeah, it's still showing the status relative to the previous coach.
Well, good to know. Okay. Zach Trotman is on waivers, and he does us absolutely no good. Alex Rahauser is almost ready, so that's good. Okay, we're down one guy. We got to put Donato in. Do I want to put Burns in? Yeah, Ferraro looks incredibly tired, so we're going to dress a slightly injured Burns. It still keeps throwing Nordstrom up on the first line.
You might want to force Hurdle to the first line left wing spot.
I'd rather have him at center on the second.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be kind of throw. Well, then again, with season Howler's having, and Gregor's not that bad as the third liner. And I think no, Sorensen doesn't play center. Marlowe.
Put Holla up to the wing. Put Nordstrom on the fourth line. Yeah, I like that better. Donato, first line left wing. Eric Hall, second line left wing.
Chat question from Liam. How long have you been watching the NHL, Adam?
30 years. That a good answer? Say 30 years.
Not bad. I think depending on what you call watch, like actually watching it and paying attention to what's going on, as opposed to my dad watching games in the background when I was a little kid. I think 76 or 77. So what's that?
Don't
43
don't start
years.
doing that. You're gonna hurt yourself. And Patrick Marleau gets injured. What is going on?
No, he's like 100 years old.
And he's done. Strained anterior cruciate
Donato,
ligament.
nice first game back, 2 goals in the first period.
Jeez.
You're gonna have to call somebody up, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gone for a while.
Man. I guess we're bringing back Chomensky.
Schmalevsky.
Yeah. Boy, yeah, our depth chart sucks. Unless we bring up Dylan Hamiluk, who looks interesting.
Or Latunov, the Russian, who's having a pretty good year for the Barracuda.
He's got 51 points. All right, let's bring him up. He's earned a look. Be nice if we can catch a bit of a break. I don't know. As I've talked about on the stream before too, I kind of fell out of the NHL for a while in the mid 2000s. You tried to stay part of it after the Jets left, but it was really tough.
Yeah.
And I mean, back then we had satellite and we ordered the NHL package and watched a lot of NHL games for a number of
Who did you
years.
follow when there were no Jets? Phoenix, or
Who did I follow?
yeah.
Fell back onto my family's original rooting team, which was the Red Wings.
Yeah, okay. Not too terrible at that point.
No. And so that was a fun ride. And I still cheer for the Red Wings when they're not playing against Winnipeg now. And we have one guy back, so we have a little bit more defensive depth. As Rahauser returns. Yeah, Liam, I know definitely watching games around the world can make it a little bit tough. I always want to try and follow a little bit more in some of the international leagues, but it's tough to watch and get to know some of the stuff. But when former guys from the teams I have liked, like Winnipeg, go over and play somewhere, I try and follow how their careers go. And we pick up a win versus Minnesota. Excellent. Like it. We are over 80 points now, Jeff. How many people thought that was going to happen?
Yep, 2 more, and we're at least finished at 500.
Liam says, what happened to the Jets? Were they moved or something? Yes. The short answer is this. Winnipeg was originally set up so much that basically the only way the NHL team initially made money was purely through the tickets. And so that's the only way. The city owned the arena. The city didn't care about giving money to the Jets otherwise. So they made money from selling tickets at the door. And turns out that's a really bad business model. Yeah, no concession money, no nothing.
Parking, nothing like that?
Yeah, nothing. Like it was just...
there wasn't even really a parking garage for the old arena, was there?
No, there was just...
Find something on yeah, I remember
there was lots of parking, and there was a mall right beside.
I think.
Mall right beside, so I mean... It was not a good situation, and the Canadian dollar hit about 60 cents on the American dollar. And as much as people wanted to stay, it just wasn't going to happen. Winnipeg ended up moving down to Arizona. And Winnipeg didn't have a they actually had a professional hockey team still the next year playing in the IHL, which later
Manitoba
folded.
Moose.
Yes, which were the Minnesota Moose, which folded into the AHL. And of course, the Moose are still back now. But Winnipeg moved, Quebec moved because of the low Canadian dollar. Winnipeg got their team back because the guy who initially moved the Minnesota Moose to Manitoba kept biding his time, built a good arena, kept his head down, kept making plans, but not really telling anybody. Built a 15,000 seat arena, which everyone thought was too small, but turns out it was the right size. And got one of the richest guys in Canada to be involved because of where he built the building. Basically, he said, if you give us this land, we'll give you 10% of the team. He liked it so much, he bought 50% of the team, bought out all the other stakeholders. And they ended up buying the Atlanta Thrashers and moving them back to Winnipeg 10 years ago this year. So unfortunately, Atlanta lost their team, but Winnipeg got theirs back.
For the second time, because that's how Calgary got their team too, from Atlanta.
Yes, and we lose versus Carolina. Come on.
So if they add another team to Atlanta eventually, you can expect that to be in Quebec in about 10 years later.
And Cody Franson just gets hurt. So how is Cody Franson hurt? At least 2 weeks with a hamstring. Well, we're going to put Ferraro in since he's still up.
Is his fitness back up?
Yep.
Yeah, back to 100.
Cody Franson may have played his last game as a San Jose Shark.
We may need him for the playoffs because it looks like we are going to make it, eh?
Strong possibility, Jeff. But yes, so Winnipeg, it was a bit of a heartbreak and just enjoyment to being back. Although there's a bit of a, I don't know if lull is the right word, but a bit of the honeymoon phase is over. That's the best way to say that. Lost against the Ducks. If people who didn't get to experience Winnipeg in the first couple of years back miss something now going to games. It's still got a good atmosphere, but it's not like it was the first couple of years because just the pure excitement of the team being back. The first year, you couldn't hear anything in the building during any game. Everything was just pure white noise.
As opposed to the old Winnipeg Arena where you couldn't see anything in the arena.
Well, I mean, yes.
There were giant pillars everywhere.
That's not completely true. Just some.
Well, it was on the second level.
Well, you just sat down at the one side all the way up. Taylor Hall signs an extension in Buffalo for 4 years for just under $35 million.
Doing far better. I think we had him massively overrated. I think this database is from right at the very start of the season, or not even the Super Bowl. Well, before the start of the season, from the release back in December. And
yes,
he's got 2 goals this year, 3.
Yeah, things have just not turned out in Buffalo, and everyone's blaming Ralph Kruger, and I really don't think it's all on him, but.
Sort of, they're kind of the American version of what Edmonton does, or at least has done for the last few years until this one. So they need to find their somebody to complement Eichel. And a goalie, any goalie. Well, I mean, Mark hasn't been doing that badly, but that team's just a mess right now.
Yeah. Okay, Anthony Duclair's back, so let's put him onto the active roster.
So he can get injured again?
Apparently. He's not jumping in this first game versus Ottawa. Come on, Jones. All right, there we go. 3-2 win. And that puts us at 82 points for the season. Which means I think we can't finish lower than 500 now. 76 games left. Yes, we can't finish lower than 500. We have slipped back into fourth, though, tied with Edmonton fighting. Boy, it's going to be right down to the wire to find out if we make the playoffs or not.
Is somebody catching up from like the 9th spot?
Well, we're tied with Edmonton.
Kings are like 6 points.
No, we're tied with Edmonton for fourth. The other division is way ahead of us.
It is? Show the wild card.
Oh, wait, sorry, my bad. Yeah, LA's at 80, and Nashville's at 78.
So they've caught up a little bit.
Yeah, well, if we go on a spiral, it's going to be...
Yeah, well, that's pretty much where we were to start with.
Woo! All right, so who's coming out of the lineup to put Duclair back in?
6 games left, yeah.
We're taking Nordstrom out again, I guess. He's only got 1 point, so yeah, he's coming out.
I think you're probably going to have to, well, I don't know, it's either or for the goalies. It's not really that much separating Dubnyk from Jones right now.
Jones has got 5 fires, so he's going to stay as number 1.
Yeah, he's a little hotter.
All right. Let's see what happens. Game versus Buffalo. And we lose in overtime. Which actually I guess is an improvement because we lost 9-0 the last time we played Buffalo.
Yeah, I got a point out of it at least. And it's there in the other conference, so it doesn't hurt us any.
All right, lost in a shootout. My bad.
Yep.
50K, that's a big arena. Where did you see 50,000?
15K, 15K, 15.
Yes, yeah, 15.
Which
Although
is small for the NHL.
15,242 or something now. Because they added 200 some seats a couple years ago. But unlike most NHL arenas, there is no bad spot in the MTS Center. Bell MTS Place, I guess it is now.
I don't know if that's most NHL arenas. I think most of them are pretty good for sight lines.
I know.
The Islanders are terrible in Brooklyn, but
like the third, they're not even in Brooklyn. They're playing out the Coliseum this year.
All right, yeah. They were.
Yeah, but the third level in the Winnipeg Arena is basically the second level for most other arenas. Well, Martin Jones' save percentage is .896.
Which is, I think, like 1 point off of no, it's exactly what it was last year. So,
and we pick up a win versus Anaheim, which we badly needed. Duclair finally scores. Brendan Dillon scores. Ryan Merkley. All right. Well, 15 and 50 sound very close. I will give you that. Okay, we've pulled ahead now that maybe, as long as we don't go into a complete spiral, we're probably going to make the playoffs and then get to play Calgary in the first round. Or Winnipeg. Depending on where we finish. No, we don't want Pavel Francouz. Jeff, we're doing playoffs here no matter what happens.
Yep. Are you just sort of assuming you're going to go out in the first round?
Just making the playoffs, I think, is a very good... We've more than met expectations. I think that's the best way to say that. And so if we pick up a win, we've done incredibly well. And we get our butts kicked by St. Louis. Like, literally, we put up 15 shots on net to their 49. Liam says, would love to come over and see the Blackhawks play. Only been to a few matches over here. Been Swindon Wildcats in the NIHL.
Which is in this game.
Yes. Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with playing or going to smaller hockey venues. It's lots of fun.
Although I guess not this year because everything is, well, other than that cup tournament they're doing at the end of the year, everything's pretty much shut down in the UK for hockey.
Man, it's been just over a year since I went to my last Jets game. I'm trying to remember when my last Jets game was. Now I'm going to grab my phone and look. I know I had 2 canceled games.
Well, it's sounding like we'll have the vaccine rollout all done by the start of next season in Canada, so maybe we can at least get back to partial crowds at the start of next season.
My last game was February 27th, so yes, it's been over a year since I've been in a hockey arena. And
the Canucks, there's going to get some help here because the Canucks just lost Pedersen.
Yes. Ooh, that's a good development. Like it. Oh, another big development. Tristan Robbins. All right. Although he's been hurt for most of the year. Apparently 17 games played only.
No, he was traded. Saskatoon, he got 30 with Saskatoon.
Oh, okay, my bad.
17 in Regina.
Yep, okay, all right. Jake Bean takes 4 steps up. Come on, man, keep going.
Anybody headed downhill?
No.
No, that's good.
No, that is...
traded away some of the older guys.
Throw Dubnyk in net for this game versus Montreal. Sim it out, and we win, Dubnyk. 7-2 shellacking of Montreal. Eric Holla, hat-trick.
Wow.
Duclair scored. Ooh, Holla had a hat-trick in the first period. Nice.
Almost tempting to think about trading him in the offseason because you know his value is going to be pumped up super high after this year.
We can look at it.
And Gregor's going to be ready to move up to the second line spot or third line spot, and Latunov can probably go into the fourth after that.
Well, we might add some free agents too, Jeff. Don't forget.
Yep. Or depending on whatever we get in the draft.
Yes, you never know. Liam says they've just started a shortened NIHL season behind closed doors. Our owner is very happy with our work. Well, I think he should be. I think he would be just amazed at how good we've done. $40, 33, and 7. That means we got 2 games left. We still don't... Wow, we actually... What?
What?
We slipped into 5th. Edmonton passed us. Okay, they're 1 game up.
Nashville, I mean, we're going to be, we were headed for a wild card spot regardless. But
Nashville's 1 point behind us now.
Hey, we need a couple of wins here.
Nashville's in, that's, yeah, okay, so they're 4th.
Watch the lineups for these last couple of games.
Okay, Nashville is at 86 points. LA's at 84. If we win 1, we're probably good. All right. Pressure's on now versus the Kings. Don't blow this.
Fortunately, we got the Sabres at the end of the season.
Don't blow this. And we win in overtime versus LA to put us to 89 points, which I think probably eliminates LA. Whew.
Check the wild card.
Doesn't matter till we're done. Okay, we've surpassed Edmonton now. Interesting player on waivers. Logan Couture has hit 600 points in his NHL career. All right, good for him.
Who's the waivers guy?
Anthony Greco. 27 years old, 2-star talent, 2-star potential. Nope. Okay, this all right. We need this win to make sure we stay out of 8th place. Oh, we could still miss the playoffs if we lose here. All right. All right, I'm going to try playing this game because I'm just curious about something. I just want to see something. So we're going to play just a little tiny piece of this game.
Yep, and should mention here you're using the beta version of the next update. So probably a few changes in here from the way it normally looks. What are you going to do? Just
no, okay, that's still okay.
You could quick play it through and just watch the third period or something like that.
No, I just wanted to see how things were going here. All right, I'm very disappointed so far. We're hitting quick play now. Nope, can't do it, Jeff. Sim end.
What?
I can't wait to find out.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we won 5-4. Whew, in overtime. Whew. Which means we made it to 91 points.
And we are in the playoffs.
We are. Okay, actually, sorry, not just 91 points. It was a shootout. And you talk about a guy who has done absolutely nothing for Buffalo so far. Jeff Skinner puts up a couple goals in this game.
And Maxime Latunov, the rookie, won it for us.
Yes. All right, so that means we have made the playoffs. Whew. Big deep breath. Cody Franson is close to returning. Let's just take him and put him. Oh, Patrick Marleau's actually up to date today, too.
Yeah, it would be nice to have him back as in the playoffs. One more veteran.
Riding the bench, man. All right, so we have officially made the playoffs.
And
we actually had more wins than Vancouver, who finished just ahead of us. All right, nominations. We did not get nominated for the Hart or the Vezina or the Norris. Morgan Riley got nominated from Toronto? I don't think so. Calder Trophy?
He's having a pretty good year.
Not us. Executive of the Year. How is it not us? Wow. Not for the Selkie. Not for the Lady Bing. Not for Mark Messier. Not for Ted Lindsay. Can't even get a nomination for the Jack Adams.
We may have been close on that one because, I mean, we did improve by quite a bit from what San Jose did last year.
Boo. Interesting player on waivers. Carl Grunstrom. Not really someone who we need.
Nope.
But he is an interesting player. I will give them that. As we advance, we see Patrick Marleau's getting close to being ready. I never looked to see how our minor league team was doing, but I'm assuming they're just awful and horrendous. So
No, actually, they're having a really good year.
there they.
Yep. They were at 40 wins already when you started this.
I would have not guessed that. Patrick Marleau tells us he can play if we need him. Well, let's take a quick look at how our AHL team's doing then. In the playoffs, nope. What is the name of our team again? San Jose. Oh, we lost in the first round. Lost to Texas 4-2. The San Jose Barracuda. All right, so we're playing Vegas, who finished with 104 points. Which means we'll be interested to see how this goes. Martin Jones stays at 4 fires. We're not changing anything. We're just going to run in with our heads first, see what happens, and we lose 3-1 after game 1.
Not surprisingly.
Donato opened it. Taking a quick look at the stats. Brendan Dillon with a 48 defensive game rating. That is not good enough. Berkeley, 48 defensive game rating. 39 defensive game rating from Lean Bergman. Ouch. Eric Holla, 47. Kevin LeBlanc, 46. Not a great go. But is what it is.
Anybody healthy yet that we can put in?
Patrick Marleau is now healthy, which means we have to send somebody down. Actually, no, we don't. We don't have to send anybody down because rosters are expanded. Why is that flipping?
Probably sit Latunov out.
So when I'm going from injured list back to roster, it's flipping the order. Jeff, did you see that?
Did you use roster from the top menu or from the tab?
From the tab.
So he was doing it with me with the top menu, but
All right, so who's coming out?
Any fitness problems? Not really. Although maybe Marleau stays out one more game because he's only at 80%.
We have the day off, so he'll be back up to fine.
Yeah, true. I'd say Latunov comes out. How did he do in his little bit time on the roster?
0 points. 0-0-0-0.
And just the one shootout goal.
He wasn't doing a lot, so 15 minutes of ice time. Oh, no, wait. 8 minutes of ice time. 2 penalty
Wonder
minutes.
maybe swap Ferraro for France and put the veteran in.
All right. We shall try. Let's go action, create lines. Duclair all the way on the 4th line? What? Okay, what happened to our lines here? Okay, Logan
And put Couture in
Couture.
on the wing. You may want to,
He was center, was he not?
yeah, you may want to lock him at center and see what it does with that.
Still puts Declare on the fourth line.
Swap him with Bergman, I think that.
Okay, I locked Declare on the first line, and then I'll put Eric Hall on the third line. Sorensen, Bergman, Barlow. Yeah, okay. Let's see how this goes. We can blame Jeff if it doesn't work.
But will I get the credit if we win? No, of course not.
Of course you will.
Sure, sure.
If we win this next game, you will get all the credit. Patrick Marleau's champing at the bit. Sim it out, and we actually pick up the win in overtime.
You're welcome.
Kevin LeBlanc, nicely done. Only 33 shots to Vegas put up 48. Jake Bean surprisingly scores the first goal. Assisted by, next goal Sorensen, next goal Brent Burns.
It's double overtime, it was actually.
Yeah. Blanc scores a minute 34 into double overtime. All right. That's a surprise. Liam in the chat says, Cup run incoming. Not sure about that. But we shall see. All right. Not changing anything. Just hit and sim again, and we lose. 4-2. At least we're playing them fairly tight. Like, we're not getting blown out.
Yeah. This was a team that was a good, 20 points better than us in the regular season?
91 to 104. Not quite. 13 points. And interesting little flash there of the other games going on. And if we lose this one, the series is probably over. But we win. We hold them to only 18 shots on net. Wow. Defensive shutdown. We give up the first goal. And then Timo Meyer and Thomas Hertl score in the second period to put us up. And that's all we need. And, here's a big surprise. Anthony Declare is injured. What are you doing, man? Strained oblique, 2 to 3 weeks.
So Nordstrom in for him, I guess. Even though he really did nothing after we picked him up on waivers.
Well, I just replaced Donato with Declare, who got hurt. Put Nordstrom as the fourth line center. Move Hull up to the wing. Liam says, terrible time with that injury. Well, yes, but I said I still go back to our first really big run and how bad that was way back when Jeff and I started streaming 5 years ago. Alex Ovechkin hurt himself at practice and tore his groin muscle and is out 9 weeks.
Oh, well, so much for Washington's Cup chances.
Yep. All right, simming this one out, and we lose. Jake Bean scores again. Wow, Jake Bean, the playoff performer.
So we're going to have to try and force it to 7 games here.
That puts us down to what? We're just not doing well here.
They bounced back with 40 shots after only getting 18 the game before. Well, we were up 2-0 in the first two.
Yeah.
And let them come back.
Oh, Duclair's already to return to practice. Oh, that's too bad. He's still going to be a ways away, and will probably be out by the time he's ready to go. All right, game versus Vegas. Can't change anything, won't change anything. All up to Martin Jones. And he wins in overtime. Again. They score first, but we even up. They score again, we even it up. They score again to take the lead. We tie it early in the third, and we score 8 minutes, 32 seconds in to the first overtime. Well done. Wow. Wow. Every single series is 3-3 other than one.
Jesus, Icky. Yeah, Columbus beat Pittsburgh.
That is impressive. I got to look at that again.
So this is going to be coming out of the Eastern Conference from the Metropolitan. Pittsburgh's gone. Well, Washington's presumably in trouble with Ovechkin gone.
Well, looking at this, Washington didn't even make the playoffs.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Okay, well then Russia's screwed for the World Championships then.
Apparently. When did Washington miss the playoffs by? It couldn't have been by much.
No, they were in a spot. Oh, no, they were just a little bit out of one when
they missed it by 1 point.
Yeah, the Eastern was really tight, like the top 10 or so, 11 spots.
No, more than 1 point, sorry. It's top 3 in the conference and then 2 wild cards, right? So 92 points to 88. Wow. I take it back. There was one other. Colorado beat St. Louis 4-1. Every other series is 3-3.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Can't watch. Big deep breath. Big deep breath. Some game end. We lose in overtime.
Ah, so close.
Oh, man. Ice time leader Erik Karlsson had played 35 minutes. Oh, so close. We put up 52 shots to their 46.
99 game rating out of William Karlsson for Vegas.
Jake Bean scores again. Jake Bean, wow. Playoff performer Jake Bean.
Yeah, I think, we got a pretty good replacement eventually for Burns and Karlsson with Bean and Merkley.
Well, look at this. 70 offensive game rating, 97 defensive game rating from Jake Bean. 100 defensive game rating from Brendan Dillon. 100 defensive game rating from Erik Karlsson. What? And we
can't blame the lack of effort in that one, and we...
No.
That was actually a shorthanded goal they scored in overtime.
Yeah, that hurts. Boy. All right. We gave it our best shot. Oh, they scored 2 shorthanded goals there. Oh. Toronto beat Florida. Winnipeg beat Edmonton. Oh, that's rough.
Might as well just run this out at the end of the playoffs, just see how it happens, see what...
Well, we're going to start doing that. I don't know if we're going to sit here and watch the whole thing.
Not really anything to do with the team up on that you can't do afterwards. You may want to sign a few guys to extensions, take a final look at that. But
No, I really don't think there's anybody. I mean, other than maybe a goalie, but I think I'd rather wait. Don't forget, we have an expansion draft coming up we have to set up too.
yeah, you do have one scout. Your head scout Larson has an expiring contract, as does your trainer.
Well, that'll come up in June, right? So,
Yeah.
Just look at upcoming free agents one more time. Like Dubnik. Nah, 895 save percentage. Sorry, Dubnik, you're on your way out the door.
Not for what he's likely to be asking for a new contract. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I'm just going to take a quick peek. He wants, $5 million. $5.5 million. 1 year deal. No. Looking forward to the
If that was
expansion
for
draft.
$5 million for 2 years, like spread over 2 years, that'd be questionable.
Yeah, I can't do that. Cannot do that. All right, I think what's going to happen here is I'm going to sim it up to July 1st for our next stream, which will be in 2 weeks. And we'll recap what happens in the playoffs, although I'll keep going here as we do the kind of the exit. But I don't think we're going to see a lot as we just talk our way through this. And I'll make sure we keep everybody signed who we need to have signed.
Yep.
But I'll also look at signing some of our draft picks too. But we'll start on July 1st and set up an expansion draft in our next one, so Jeff can help us walk through how to do that. And we'll look at signing some free agents, look at what's the word I'm looking for? Free agents draft, expansion draft, protection, and have all that fun stuff for our next week. Jeff, do you have any idea what we're streaming next week for yours?
We will finish up that game we were doing with the Oilers and the current NHL, or it was a 90 new feature with the upcoming update. You can import a whole team from a different era into the current season, or vice versa, or various other things. You can import an entire team out of the database now to a different year. So we're doing that with the 81-82 Oilers in the current season. They're not doing too well, so I'm not sure how well how much of a show that's going to make for next week. But we've still got about 30 games yet left, I think.
We should import the 1990s Curtis Joseph and see if that helps. Give him a good goal.
But yeah, we got that, and as we also have the next version, the upcoming update is already out in a beta version. So if you want to take a look at that, you can have a look at our forums, and there's instructions. Assuming you're on Steam, you have the Steam version of the game. It's only available on that. You can download sign up for the beta version and get a preview of what's coming, and hopefully help us find any problems with it so we can get those fixed before it goes out. But hoping for a release for that sometime next week, and we'll probably have a new version of the beta out in the next couple of days or so.
All right, sounds good. So thank you very much. And I guess during the usual outro, when I take myself out of this, I kind of get confused. Okay, gotta step back. Thank you for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager stream. We typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well. You can reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey, where you can come on down to our official website, or come on down to our Twitter bio and find a link to our official Discord. Or you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to our official forums, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball 22, Jeff? Yes, 22.
Yeah, 22.
Out of the Park Go that's coming, Perfect Team, or anything else you wish to discuss. Jeff, I think I got everything, although I might have mangled some things in the middle. But if you don't know, just flip back to a different episodes and listen to the end of it, because it's about the same.
You're going to watch the end of this? Flames look like they might have a cup here.
I know. I can't turn away. Calgary leads 3-0.
On the Bruins.
We were going to end it, but come on, let's see what happens. Oh, man. And a bunch of things happen that doesn't really... Oh, Brent Burns got injured playing for Team Canada. He's out 3 weeks. Good thing that doesn't affect us. He's going to hit that. Let's continue here. And even though we're going to end, we're got to see if Calgary wins the Stanley Cup. Calgary wins the Stanley Cup.
Jeez.
Wow.
Well, there we go. First Canadian team in 20-something years.
Getting closer to 30 than it is 20, Jeff. All right. Thank you
Yeah, I
very
guess
much.
Montreal 93, 27.
Thank you very much, and we will see you all again next week.